visual arts are there for the picking for anyone to be stimulated from age, 6 months to 90. They are there, and Omaha is making this culture more and more and more ready and available.
The Magic City, Mike Giron and Richard Hamilton's elaborately stenciled mural series on 24th and N, is nominated for Best Public Art. The Magic City aptly depicts the deeply rooted ethnic culture in South Omaha. Lighting designer Cedric Hartman was nominated for his first solo exhibition at Kaneko. Hartman is also nominated for Best Visual Artist. Dan Klima and Nancy Lepo's exhibition, Ebb and Flow at the Connect Gallery, featured Lepo's precise pointillism and Klima's beautiful woodwork. The exhibition is nominated for Best Two-Person Exhibition. Also in the category of Best Two-Person Exhibition, Reggie LaFleur and Jeff King's hip-hop-infused subconscious element graffiti exhibit brought flavorful vibrancy to the Wanda D. Ewing Gallery. Reggie LaFleur is also nominated for Best Emerging Visual Artist. Through a presentation of her Union for Contemporary Art Fellowship project, April Faith Slaker used statistical and mathematical methods to convert social data into music soundscapes that served as an auditory representation of social complexity, earning her a Best New Media Artist nomination. Jamie Danielle Hardy has earned a Best New Media Artist nomination as well for her work in Swept at Project. Angela Drakeford displayed expressions of race, identity, and harmony at the Wanda Ewing Gallery, Crystal Bridges Museum, and Mona. Her multimedia installations have earned her a Best 3D Artist nomination. Best 2D Artist nominee, Freddie Rincon's art, is featured in One Day at a Time in July, the Cards You Are Dealt exhibition, and in his NET feature. Bart Vargas's 3D art, also featured in One Day at a Time in July, has earned him a Best 3D Artist nomination. Additionally, Vargas is nominated for a Best Visual Artist award for his complex geometric and mosaic work in cardboard. Best 2D Artist nominees include Comic Artist and Best Emerging Artist nominee Mike Bauer, whose eccentric solo show was featured at the Sweatshop. Kim Reed-Kuhn for her visceral collages featured at the Fred Simon Gallery. Paul Otero for his lifelike yet surreal work in Dreams, drawings at the Fred Simon Gallery. And Courtney Kenny Porto for her emotive, immaculately shaded charcoal projects. Porto is also nominated for Best Emerging Visual Artist and Best Solo Exhibition for her Paintings and Drawings exhibit at the Connect Gallery.
Omaha's culture as a whole is really, really diverse, and we have a lot of people here from all over the country and all over the world. So I think those artists bringing their own culture into Omaha and sharing that has influenced the visual art scene. And then in turn, since we have all those artists from different cultures sharing and throwing all their art out there for us to see, that in turn has influenced the visual art scene and culture in Omaha.
Well, I think that music actually is very influential to culture. I've been playing so long that I've seen it generationally. Where bands play and music is happening, it's like a community focus. A lot of people meet each other through going to the club, seeing bands, play live, musicians who end up working together, families grow out of that. I think that music is an integral part of the culture of Nebraska.
And I just think it brings great people together. I mean, music is universal. So, I mean, it's something that brings everybody from all aspects, white, black, Hispanics, and especially from Omaha being a multicultural city like it is.
Omaha musicians have been restlessly touring and giving their time and talent to local haunts as well. Hot from the studio, Best Hard Rock nominee, The Impulsive, shared their fearless energy, headlining local venues while touring their new self-titled album. Devil in the Details has earned a Best New Artist nominee in releasing and touring their new albums, My Younger Self and Black and White. They've also produced and released 4 intense music videos. Their highly focused thrash metal tunes have won them a spot as finalists in Hot Topics' National Battle of the Bands. Okido released their self-titled EP this year and toured it through the Midwest. Okido has also gotten exposure through Spotify, gaining over 75,000 plays. Their progressive dream pop structures, with post-rock sections, croons, snarls, and soaring harmonies, coalesce in an intricate sound salad that has earned Okido a Best Alternative Indie nomination. High Up is also contending for the Best Alternative Indie Award. After releasing their second single, Can't Give Up on Me, they took their brassy, funky, freaky sound on tour, occasionally meeting Conor Oberst on his Midwest excursions. Best Americana Folk nominee, Township and Range, played for the grand opening of the Crossbones Bar and opened for the legendary Core Blund at the Waiting Room. They've also established their presence on the scene with the recording of their first EP, Dust on Our Boots. Best Rock nominees, Poncho and the Contraband, brought their windows down, ska, dance punk stylings to the Waiting Room Lounge when they opened for bluegrass standard Larry and His Flask. Their sophomore EP, Late Bloomer, is released and in full swing. Best Hip Hop Rap nominee, Latin Threat, toured nationally, including performing at the widely attended Grassroots Festival. His new single, Like Me, has made Omaha a recent focal point in the underground hip hop scene. The Delve Trio, also out and about supporting their new music, packed the house at the Des Moines Social Club and opened for the great Kasami Washington at the Slowdown. The trio is nominated for Best Jazz. Best Jazz nominee, Escape from Alcajazz, continues to promote the release of their rock-punk fusion album entitled A Dark Matter. They've covered a lot of ground between county fairs, the International Horse Show at the CenturyLink Arena, and 2 separate stages at the Nebraska State Fair in Grand Island, Nebraska. Artist of the Year and Best R&B Soul nominee, Dominique Morgan, released his polished, pristine new album nominated Loveaholics Anonymous. His empowering music video for the single Stand Up is also turning heads. Dominique's lyrics are passionate and full of truth. His voice is expressive and well-crafted. Through his convictions towards truth, it is apparent that Dominique is determined to keep the positive vibrations flowing through his songs for years to come. The Nebraska Blues Challenge hosted Best Blues nominees, the Steve Lovett Blues Band and the Hector Anchondo Band, while Steve Byam shared his talent with the In the Market for Blues Festival. Hector Anchondo won the local Blues Challenge and moved on to the international competition in Memphis. Best Blues nominee, Clark & Company's song To Rule the World, was featured as a finalist in the International Acoustic Music Awards. Sophia Clark's crystalline vocals and immersive poetry earned her songwriting a top 10 placement in the Once Songwriting Contest. Their beautiful new album is called Larger World.
The Omaha music scene has influenced the culture in Omaha in a way that it's turning Omaha into more of a music town all the time.
I kind of feel like not only does the music scene influence the culture, but the culture influences the music scene. Because we're in the Midwest, so we have our own way of thinking, our own way of doing music, the same way that the East Coast does, the same way that the West Coast does, and I just feel like it's kind of a joint effort, you know. We influence each other. The culture influences the music influences the culture.
I would describe the Omaha theater community as very inviting, very creative, just a wonderful group of people.
Megan McGuire swept audiences away with her acting prowess and commanding voice in Omaha Community Playhouse's production of The Drowsy Chaperone, earning her a Best Supporting Actress in a Musical nomination. In the fall, Omaha Community Playhouse also produced The Whipping Man, which earned Darren Kuehler a nomination for Outstanding Prop Design. Also in the category of Outstanding Prop Design is Amy Reiner for her stylish, vintage flair in the Blue Bond Theater's American Buffalo. American Buffalo is also nominated for Best Dramatic Play. Jerry Lange, Thomas Becker, and Jonathan Purcell were all nominated for their unshakable acting talent in the production. Stephen L. Williams, another theater tech mastermind, earned his nomination for the sharp, breathtaking 1900 scene design of UNO's production of Hedda Gabler. Liz Spray let her wild imagination loose in designing the props for the Rose Theater's production of The Cat in the Hat. Also contributing to the cartoonish chaos was Kyle L. Toth's nominated sound design and the hilarious animated character work of Best Actor nominee Noah Diaz in the titular role. Kyle L. Toth was nominated again for his lighting design in The Roses: A Wrinkle in Time. The production was also nominated for Best Dramatic Play with Best Youth Performer Chloe Irwin in her commendable interpretation of Charlie. Creighton University's wildly immersive production of Gladys won a Best Premiere of a New Original Local Script nomination. Bridget St. Bridget's beautifully unique production of An Iliad earned a nomination for Best Dramatic Play as well, with Best Director nominee Kathy Kurtz at the helm and the poetic musings of Best Actor nominee Daniel Dorner serenading audiences over accompanying upright bass. Maura Manginelli shined in her Best Actress nominated role as the morose instigator Sonia in Snap Productions' Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike. The play also accrued a well-deserved Best Comedic Play nomination. In dance, Ballet Nebraska's sweeping production of Giselle won nominations for Best Dance Production and an Outstanding Featured Dance nomination for Aaron Alaricon, Matthew Carter, and Sasha York.
In Omaha, I think there's more of a push for folks to challenge themselves outside of the normal things that are expected of them to do. So if someone is pushing themselves to be a director, you get to see that success happen. You have the support of a number of people within the community that go out and support that person who's a new director, that person who is a new playwright, that person who is trying out acting for the first time, who may have been a musical actor, or that person who is trying out musical theater who might have just been doing straight acting.